Would you rather be wealthy in your 30s or your 60s? It's not a trick question, but the paths to both are quite different. Investing to become wealthy in your 60s is a very straightforward process. Simply invest a set amount of money each month for 30 years, and you'll be a millionaire as long as a massive rock doesn't destroy humanity. Investing to become wealthy in your 30s requires a more aggressive approach, but if you're willing to put in the effort, you can get there and enjoy wealth much sooner. Please like and subscribe before we begin. Level 1 is to begin aggressively investing. The general rule of thumb is to invest 10% of your income, but that advice is only useful for people who don't want to accumulate wealth quickly. Consider two different scenarios. The first scenario depicts person A, who earns 100,000 per year and invests only 10% of their earnings in the stock market each year. Person B, in the second scenario, earns $100,000 per year but aggressively invests 30% of it in the stock market. I know what you're thinking. I don't want to be a millionaire in 30 years. I get it, believe me. But this is your foundation. If you want to successfully progress past level 1, you must begin aggressively investing at least 30% of your income. If you can't do 30%, start at 15% or 20% and gradually work your way up. Consistent investing is now an important component of wealth accumulation. You can't expect to be wealthy by putting $1,000 into a stock and never touching it again. That's not how most things work. Instead, over time, you must consistently invest your money in the right investments. Okay, on to level 2, which is to open a Roth IRA, even though having a Roth IRA will not automatically make you wealthy. It is the account you want to use to invest in the stock market, and as long as you consistently max out your Roth IRA each year, investing approximately $500 per month or will allow you to grow your wealth steadily in the background. It's almost as if it's a guarantee, regardless of what you do every day to actively build your wealth. Even if everything else fails, you will most likely be wealthy later in life if you continue to invest in your Roth IRA. This leads us to level 3, starting your own business in your 20s. There's never been a better time than now to start a business. Nowadays, you can start a business with nothing more than your phone and internet access. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Investing is not the best way to build wealth quickly. Is it possible to get rich through investing? Yes, but it will take decades of putting $500 per month into a Roth IRA and letting compound interest do its thing before you become wealthy. So, should you keep investing $10,000? Yes, you should keep investing if you want to continue slowly building your wealth in the background. But unless you got extremely lucky and invested in Amazon back in 1997, you should start a business if you want to build your wealth faster. Starting a business will almost always yield far greater returns than your investments. That is why after starting investing at the age of 10, it took Warren Buffett 20 years to earn his first $1 million. In comparison, Elon Musk only needed 2 years from the start of his first business to become a millionaire, and then a multimillionaire. The main takeaway is that when you're in your 20s, you should be very aggressive about investing both your money and your time into starting a business, and then invest all of the money you make from your business into even more performing assets such as stocks, real estate, and so on. As a result, while you're actively making money with your business, your wealth will continue to grow in the background. Level 4 is to create multiple income streams. Even if your business or investments begin to generate a lot of money, you should continue to diversify your sources of income. According to the IRS, the average millionaire has 7 sources of income. Right now, the majority of you will most likely just have 1 or 2 sources of income. Because this is a process, earned income from a paycheck, interest from savings, and dividend income from dividend investments are all allowed. You're not going to wake up with 7 different sources of money. You'll have to work your way up to that, but I can tell you from personal experience that starting a business is the simplest way to generate all of these different streams of income because the money you make from your business should be invested into more income-producing assets like stocks and real estate, because those new income-producing assets will continue to make you money even when you're not working. Most people are stuck in their 9-to-5 jobs because they have no other option. They can't just get up and leave because their livelihood is dependent on their salary. And the same is true for starting a business. If your only source of income is from the profits of your own business, you're in a dangerous position to fail. So while your company is profitable, use that money to diversify your income. By the way, please remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Now let's move on to the next tip. Level 5 of your journey will teach you the distinction between good and bad debt, as well as how to avoid the latter. High interest credit cards, personal loans, payday loans, and some may even argue that your car payment is a bad debt. But this is debatable, especially if you use that car to make money, such as driving to and from work. Credit card debt with high interest rates is arguably the worst of these. Credit cards can be very useful if used responsibly, but they can quickly become an issue if you start accumulating debt that cannot be paid off right away. Good debt, on the other hand, includes your house mortgage, real estate investments, company loans, and school loans. Unlike bad debt, which reduces your net worth, good debt, especially in the long term, improves it. For example, if you take out a loan to purchase rental property, you're technically in debt initially, but the money you generate will eventually pay it all off, all of which may be utilized to fund your lifestyle or other investments such as further stocks or real estate. And don't forget that you're also making money from the business you've established while you're in level 3, which means you're now developing several sources of income, just as in level 4. Level 6 is to reconsider attending college. College produces more harm than help for the great majority of people. It doesn't mean it's all bad, it just means it's not for everyone. Sometimes it buries you in debt, leaves 90% of its students with absolutely useless degrees, and wastes most valuable resource we all have, our time. We've reached stage 7, which is to avoid lifestyle inflation. When you start creating more money, your income rises as your firm grows and your investments produce more income. It's recommended to not immediately boost your costs if this occurs. This is known as lifestyle inflation. If you work hard for your money, you have the right to enjoy it, but don't compromise your future by indulging in today's fleeting pleasures. Your future self will appreciate the sacrifices you made today to build a future for yourself. Finally, for most people, in the final level will be the scariest. Take risks in your 20s and even into your 30s. Because you're still young, you can afford to take risks because time is on your side. Assume you start a business in your early 20s and invest some time and money in getting it up and running. It may be a t-shirt firm, a YouTube channel, or a lawn service. It actually doesn't matter. But after a few years, you realize the business isn't going to work out and you quit. You're in your late 20s now, but guess what? You're still young and you have time on your side, so you can keep taking chances. You should begin that business, purchase that real estate, purchase those stocks, begin investing, learn a new skill, and begin offering more value to people while increasing your income. If you start to act now, while you're still young, then you may find the thing that just about generates money for you in the long run. And that just about wraps our video for today. What do you think about it? Please let us know in the comment section down below. Also, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We'll see you in the next video.